Hey you guys, I hope you're doing really well. I decided to just I charged my lighting like I promised in my last video. You already know by the thumbnail and the title that I'm having a Whataburger. Whataburger. I was just thinking it's a Whopper, so I got my oh look, hey Harvey, hey buddy. Like hundreds of people are gonna see you in like a week. This is my buddy Harvey right here. Hey buddy, hey Rob, I know you. Oh, here you go. Yeah, I apologize about like the Pillow Mountain in the words of like Amberlynn Reed, but it's really just like, yeah, there's a hole in the wall and like a manic rage, whatever. The house is kind of a wreck, but this is not like dwell on your problems Steve's video. It's a mukbang. I'm having a Whopper. They have a special for it's like $5 like even or $5 and like 7 cents or something. And by the way, I don't know if you guys can tell, but since my last video, I toned and conditioned and washed my hair 5 times. So that's why it's looking super, super platinum. And yes, do I have roots? But what are you gonna do? Do I have a beard? Yeah, you can call me on it. That's okay. But no, I'm just feeling. Once again, I'm feeling really inspired. You know what I mean? That's why in my video, my most recent video to this one, I was like, oh, I have ranch on deck. Of course. And I have and I got a medium Sprite. It was like a medium combo, and it's $5 for all of it. It's a Burger King, as you can see. Who else likes Sprite? I mean, it's like Sprite's not like my first choice, like my go-to, you know what I mean? But okay. So let's dig in. I want to give you guys a little bit of an idea and a concept of how big this is. Have you got do any of like my subscribers or if they like Burger King or okay, first of all, comment down below. Do you like Burger King? Is it like your first, second, third, fourth, or fifth choice if you had to choose between fast food places? But also, do you like ranch in your burgers? But also, do you like Whoppers? And if so, do you like cheese on them? I'm just curious. Because I like a lot of cheese and no pickles and no mustard, so. Okay, there we go. I feel so humble. I feel like Trisha Paytas had food over my mouth, and that's that's the biggest, that's what the highest compliment that you can give somebody, if you ask me. But no, I'm just so thankful, that, I have 130 subscribers, you know what I mean? I gained 4 subscribers, in my hiatus, my almost 3-week hiatus, 2.5-week hiatus from YouTube. And I'm so humbled, I'm so flattered. And once again, I'm so sorry that it took me so long to make the video. But I finally just told the truth about my nervous breakdown and everything, but like I said in the video, I'm not going to dwell on this too much because I've already made a 38-minute video about it, or 28-minute video about it, but depression sucks, man, but it's just, I'm so lucky and so grateful and so thankful and so humbled by the fact that I have these friends that it just so happens that I became their friends on YouTube, but our friendships transcend YouTube, and we have so much in common, and they're there for me, you know what I mean? And I'm being dead serious and everything, and I'm being so genuine, and this is so heartfelt, but I just can't help but notice that my skin tone matches my hair perfectly. Jackie, if you see this, I hope that you see this, I love you so much, but you were right, this bitch does need a tan because I'm pasty. I have been using this teeth whitening stuff, and honestly, in the lining, am I missing a front tooth? Yeah. Do I have a genetic disorder called Marfan syndrome, and that's why? Yes, but we're not going to dwell on that because this is a mukbang, and it's a happy mukbang. I don't know, do you guys, enjoy mukbangs? Do you prefer, no talking mukbangs, or do you prefer, when, they talk the whole time, or just, enjoy the food and then talk here and there, oh, this is so good, because, I kind of, I try to do, all of it, all the above, so. I mean, it's, at least half as big as my face, right? I mean, maybe even, maybe, 3/4 of my face, I don't know. But, okay, these were obviously, not fresh, but and they were fried 6 or 7 times. You see how golden and crispy they are? But I'm not mad because when they don't use old grease and fry them 4 or 5 times, they're not crunchy, they're soggy as F. I know. Like, I know the ketchup community is gonna totally come for me, but I like ranch on everything. This video is sponsored by Burger King, by the way, so thank you so much. Have it your way. I hope you guys could actually detect that note of sarcasm, because Burger King ain't having nothing to do with me. That's for sure. Hardly. But I'm obviously not out. Like, okay, if it's like a quarter pounder from McDonald's, I'm gonna eat the whole thing, but it's like, you know, half the size. You know what I mean? But when it's a Whopper, I'm probably gonna eat like maybe 3/4. You know what I mean? But like Harley's like over here eyeing me. You can't really see him anymore. He's out of the frame. But like as if like my baby boy Harley isn't gonna get anything from Burger King, because he damn sure is. That's for sure. Oh, I hope that's my hair in here. But well, it's short and black, so that's not my hair. But I mean, honestly, at this point, with fast food and living in the camper then I have pet dander in the air and stuff. I mean, I get like hairs in my cups and like my mouth. I wake up with like cat hair in my mouth because Ruby decided to like put her paw in my mouth when I was sleeping. So, I mean, honestly, it doesn't really bother me. And plus, you know that old saying, like, you get what you pay for? And fast food beggars can't eat fast food choosers. That's just like how it goes. By the way, thank you so much, Tristan, for like genuinely, like, literally, actually teaching me how to eat on camera. Okay, so can we talk about this like semi-middle part and like how we feel about it? I'm just curious. But I'm liking the more ashy my hair's looking. I don't know. But yeah, this is not a toot your own horn Steve's video, but toot. But that's the last time, I swear. But better yet, how are you? No, you. Yeah, you. You too. No, really, what are you guys up to? I really do picture like all my favorite, not my favorite, but all my subscribers and all my family and friends and stuff whenever I'm making these videos. That's why I think they're so relatable, and like why it's easy. It's really easy for me to like let my guard down, if that makes sense, because I just picture like 6 or 7 of my favorite my family members and friends and subscribers and friends that are subscribers too and stuff, and I can just be myself so unabashedly, and it's so freeing, and I'm just so happy to be back, you guys. You have no idea. And also, I'm not trying to harp on you, Rennie, or anything, or like throw you under the bus, or like talk about you too much or anything, or make you feel like I'm stalking you, which I don't think that you would anyway. But it's made really well. It almost tastes like it's like well done, which I prefer, honestly. But Rennie, thank you so much for everything that we talked about on Instagram. Obviously, I would never divulge what we talked about, but thank you so much, because you're absolutely right. And like, you know how like whenever like this is for everybody, but also for Rennie, anybody that watches this, like, you know how like if you like know something within yourself, but you can't really like grasp it. Only Steve's, only on Steve's Burger channel that would happen. But no, I was having a serious moment, and that's what happens, and I forgot to get it, which is awesome. But no, like, thank you so much for talking me off the ledge on Instagram, like in DMs, and you know, it's funny because like you can know, like within yourself, that like what your issues are, like what your triggers are, like what you need to work on. You know what I mean? And but like whenever someone else that you actually respect and care for and admire, like you hear it from their mouth, it's just like, duh, yeah, like you already knew. But whenever somebody that you respect, like I do Rennie, and like I do Jackie, and like I do Sheena, and like I do Jennifer, Candy Cupcakes, and like I do my mom, and my sister, and my boyfriend, my fiance Joe, my grandparents, my little brother, my uncle Sam, my whole family, and all my friends, like, but I'm just so grateful that like while I was gone, I didn't lose views. My views were doing great, and I just knew, because like that's just the insecurity talking once again. You know what I mean? But excuse me, fussy bitch. But that's just how. excuse me. That's just how it works whenever you you have anxiety and you're bipolar and you have manic episodes. And I just like, I just cannot stop beating myself up over the fact that like I chose to not go. I mean, it's like, yeah, like I had anxiety and like I just couldn't do it and I was scared and I felt self-conscious about my tooth and like my skin and my hair, and I just thought that it was brassy, and I thought that I was just can I be? I'm just. What do you mean? Can I be honest? Like I've ever been anything but that on this channel, but no. I just felt ugly. I felt hideous. Like I hate to look at myself in the mirror. I have like severe body dysmorphia. I've actually. No, I've never. I mean, I promised that 2019 was the year of authenticity, and that's what it's gonna be. No, I've had severe body dysmorphia for I don't know. I'd have to ask my mom because she was the one that I confided in about it first. But probably since I was about 14, maybe 13 at the youngest, or at the youngest, yeah. But here's another color hair that's not mine, but okay. Fast food. What are you gonna do? But no. I forgot what I was talking about. I'm sorry. Wait, my mom. Oh my god. It'll come to you. Okay. I was talking about mental issues and like, and I had a fucking segue where it was something about my mom and how she inspired me, or there was like a life lesson, or I don't know, but maybe it'll come to me and I can comment down below and be like, hey motherfuckers, not really, but hey you guys, like this is what I remembered like after the fact. But well, I will talk about my mom for a second because she's a saint. We just lost one of our fur babies, one of our family members is a fur baby. Her name was Tula. She was an angel. I've known her for at least 7 to 8, maybe 6 to 7 years, maybe 5 to 6 years at least. But I lived with her for a couple years, and whenever my mom and my dad and my sister and brother or whoever would be at work, I didn't work and stuff, and I worked here and there and stuff. But whenever I was like 19, 20, when I was still living with them, but I bonded so much with her, and so much with Maggie. And Maggie passed away like about a year and a half or 2 years ago. And I know my mom wouldn't mind me sharing this because it's been a minute. And like people say that time heals all wounds, but it doesn't. I'm sorry, it doesn't. But if you guys could do me a favor and pray for my mom and for my dad Joey, my mom Stacy, my mom Joey, and just wish them well. Send them positive vibes, please, because they're going through the ringer, you know. It's like I haven't lived with Tulip in a good, 5, 6 years, you know what I mean? But my love for her never died, and, I'm not really financially stable right now. I mean, we're comfortable. I mean, we're paycheck to paycheck. We're not comfortable, you know what I mean? But, like, we never starve, that whole thing. But, I wish I could have sent her something, more extravagant and stuff, but I guess it is the thought that counts. I mean, the older I get, the more I'm just like, come on, like, quit checking yourself so much, tease. But, no, I just sent her this thing. It was like this thing I found on Tumblr, and it was just like, I looked through poem after poem after poem, and like, soliloquy and like soliloquy after another, and iambic pentameter, and the list goes on and on, like all forms of prose and all that stuff. And I just stumbled upon this poem that was in picture form, and it was beautiful. And it was the only part that I remember is because she was a girl dog. Her name was Tulip, and I think she was about 15 or 16. Mom, if you see this, correct me if I'm wrong. I might call you tomorrow and ask you about it. I forgot her real age. I'm getting so full. This is the worst mukbang ever. I mean, I did eat like a third of it, but I'm definitely gonna finish the fries, and then I'm gonna feed Harley some too. Because Harley, I mean, dogs can be in mukbangs, right? But it was like the only part that I remember from the poem, like vividly. It's like a picture poem that has like paw prints and like hearts and like heavenly angels and stuff like that. And it was like, okay, this is the only part that I remember like vividly and like whatever. I'm not gonna be quoting it. It's like verbatim, you know. Um, that said, you came into our life. You came into my life so beautiful and smart. Um, and I'll never ever forget the paw prints you left on my heart. And like I hadn't talked to my mom since my manic episode and stuff, and it like, um, I never in a million years would have thought that Tulip would have passed away in the surgery. And when I got the text, my heart sank, and I was just still. This is no excuse, but like I was manic. I was still in a funk, and I didn't reach out to her until after she passed away, until after Tulip passed away, and I sent her the thing, the poem or whatever, about the paw prints on your heart. And she just goes, "That's so beautiful. Thank you so much," you know? And I was like, it's the least I could do, you know? I let you guys down so much, you know, and she was disappointed in me and everything, but we don't hold grudges. My mom and I some of our family members do. Like, I'm not trying to throw anyone under the bus. Like, some family members in every single family, like, you know, they hold grudges, whatever. Like, my mom and I just don't hold grudges against one another, if that makes sense. And, you know, we picked up where we left off ever since then, and, we just, like, whenever I'm manic, I just say things that I don't mean, and I hurt the ones closest to me. And it's just like I mentioned in my video previous to this one, that, you know, I like to I don't like to. Hey, Harley boy. I love you, buddy. Oh, Harley's in the video. Oh, look how cute he is. He's looking like an old man. But no, my mom is a saint. She's my best friend, and she was like, thank you so much, because before my manic episode and everything, you know, like I was calling her 3 or 4 times a day and texting and checking in and sending video chats to her and stuff on Instagram and wherever. And I just didn't. And I feel like the worst son in the world, because she is the best mother in the world. And I mean that in so many different ways. Like, she's the best mother to my little brother and my little sister, but also, she's just, here, Harley, let me help you, buddy. Here you go. He wants under my sweater. Like, my vintage Old Navy sweater that was my grandpa's in the 80s, early 80s or late 70s. My grandma gave it to me, and that's, Harley's favorite blanket, but also my favorite sweater. I just, please, like, that would be something that means a lot to me if you guys could, you know, just at least put out some positive vibes for my mom Stacy, my dad Joey, and also, you know, for me, and, my little sister Maddie, and, my brother Mason, and, Trey, and Morgan. Just, you know, she was a very integral part of our family, and, she'll never be forgotten. And Mom, I promise, like, as soon as my YouTube stuff turns around and I have AdSense, look how tired Harley is. Look at his little eyes. He's only 13, I swear. Look at his little gray hair on his face. Okay. I have like 4 fries left or whatever, but it's time for a little bit of my first dog mukbang. Oh my god, has that ever been done? I'm sure it's been done, because like there's like, I'm a firm believer like there's no original content left on YouTube. Here you go, buddy. Harley, you gotta get the camera here. Harley, it's a burger. Here, you don't know? Harley, look, sometimes you gotta make him like that. Here. Look, I'll sit right here. You want it right there? Look, right there. Okay. Maybe he's full. Oh wait, yeah, Joe fed him chicken. That's right. I forgot, because I'm a silly glitter bitch. Just like Trisha Paytas' glitter box. But no, I'll finish these fries and stuff, and then I'll let you guys go. Because, oh my god, it's almost 19 minutes. I'm sorry. I mean, but then again, like not every single one of them, like at least like 12 of my subscribers. Oh, you hear that crunch? Oh my god, I should have done this in ASMR. Just kidding. I would have totally messed up, because like I'm still too frazzled and like flabbergasted and shook from the whole no respect tone situation. And it's like, I know people are gonna probably like read that the wrong way and like take it the wrong way, and take it to heart, but that's how I cope with like whenever like shit hits the fan and like it's detrimental to my health. And it's like I grew up like Roseanne was my show when I was a kid, and it's like whenever shit got too real, they fucking like they just laughed about it, because like laughter's the best medicine, and like I'm a firm believer in that. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's a very controversial subject when it comes to stuff like that, especially when it's too soon, and like, you know, that whole thing. But I'm just a firm believer that if it's funny, it's funny. Like, I believe like there's a way to be politically correct, and there's a wrong way to be politically correct. You know what I mean? It's like, it's just like, does everyone have to be so PC just because like that's the societal norm? No, I'm asking you. You know what I mean? Like, really, like, what? Doesn't even make any sense to me. And also, like, I've just been having these like crazy, like, metaphysical, like, transcendental, like, transcendental. I mean, I was thinking transcendental, but transcendent, like, um, moments and stuff, and I swear, like, you know, like that old cliche and the old saying where people, like, always ask you, like, on your birthday, like, do you feel any older and stuff? And it's always like, no, I mean, I feel like myself. It's like, you know, humans age in a funny capacity anyway. But I swear to you, spiritually, intellectually, creatively, and a lot of other lees that, like, are just not in SFW, you know what I mean? So I'm just gonna leave it at that. Oh, my last fry, good for me. And then I'm gonna have this for breakfast tomorrow. Or later today, because it's 5:45 in the fucking morning here in Texas. Oh my god. I need to go to bed soon. But, yeah, no, Buddy, what about you? Here you go. Oh, is he gonna eat it? You gotta eat it, though. You have to eat it. Maybe that's too big. Here. Can you guys see him? Yeah. Yay! Okay, good. I'm gonna make sure it's only like 23-ish minutes or whatever. I'm just gonna feed him a little bit. Cause, like, look at that patty. Like, I still have so much left. That's the one thing I do like about, Burger King the best is that they, oh my god, a dog mukbang. Like, gay guy and his dog, fucking, Burger King mukbang. I'm living for it. Good boy. Here, buddy, come closer. Come here. Come here. 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 He's ready for his close-up now. Okay. He's just got a little bitty mouth. He's a blue fawn chihuahua. Oh, you gotta look up here. They gotta see you bite it. There you go. Please tell me that I just started a trend, because if I did, I'm gonna be so shook. Like, mukbang with your dog? Please tell me this is not already a thing. Oh my god, Harley and I are doing an ASMR mukbang ASAP. Ooh, I like all those abbreviations. I'm so glad, like, I charged my lighting. Like, isn't this so much more satisfying for everybody involved? I think so. But, like, it is really greasy and stuff, and it's like, we get him, like, a rotisserie chicken. Like, we get him 2 a month, and we kind of, like, spread it out and stuff, because, like, I think that's a lot healthier than fast food. But, like, I will give him, like, at least, 2 more good bites. Maybe I'll give him 3 more bites, and then I'm gonna let you guys go. I said 23 minutes, but I'm gonna make that about 24 and a half. There you go, buddy. He's so cute, isn't he? He's a blue fawn, but, like, he's like a dark blue fawn. And since he's kind of gotten older, the gray is, like, the blue is kind of turned into gray. Here you go, buddy. Okay, 1 more, and then, we gotta go. But thank you for doing this mukbang with me, mister. Good boy. Hey, Papa, have a kiss? Give me a kiss. Hey, here, Papa, a kiss. Come on, camera. Give me a kiss. Oh, did you guys see that? I hope you did. He's the best doggy in the whole world. But, before I start to rant and ramble, if I haven't already been introduced that, but I'm pretty damn sure that I already did it. Thank you so much for watching this mukbang. It's been my first one in, probably like 2 or 3 months. Like, you can clock me on it, I don't know. But, Rennie, thank you for suggesting, like, whenever I was, like, MIA and, like, in my, like, mental funk and everything, that you thought it would be really cool to see me do, a mukbang. Because, you were right. Come here, buddy. Let's say bye to everybody. Let's do my little sign off. Okay, buddy. Okay. Okay, in closing, you guys, whom and what does Steve'sburger love more than anything in the whole wide world? Well, for one, he loves his Hardy boy right here, my little 13-year-old blue fawn chihuahua, and he loves his little calico bitch named Ruby over there, and I say bitch very endearingly. But also, he loves his fiance that's sleeping adjacent to me, about 5 feet from me, and is so tired that like me talking like in full volume and stuff, and like just being a complete diva like in my living room, in my camper. He sees out like a light, and he's so sweet and so kind, and like I asked him ahead of time. I was like, is it gonna bother you if I film a mukbang in here and stuff? Because like I just don't want to film it in the bathroom. I want to sit down when I eat. You know what I'm saying? But also in closing, whom and what does Steve's love more than anything in the whole wide world? He loves each and every one of you. And if it wasn't for you, I would have no self-confidence. But I think each and every one of you are so incredibly beautiful, and never stop being you. Because if it wasn't for you, there'd be no me. There'd be no us. There'd be no connection. And oh, that's my swatch. It's not like a weird rash or whatever. But I love you so much. Thank you for giving me a chance. I know my lips are chapped. Like I said, it's like I've been getting like 2.5 hours sleep. I mean, in the last video tops. And I just haven't been taking care of myself. It's like I don't break out, you know what I mean? It's like I'm broken out in several places. And this is a mukbang. This is not a criticize yourself and like roast yourself video or channel. So to make a long story short, and before I start to rant and ramble, if I haven't already begun to do so, but let's face it, we're at the 26-minute marker, and I'm sure that I have. But thank you so much for putting up with my audacity and like my train wreck esque, like traits and characteristics and everything. But if it wasn't for you guys, then I don't think that I would have made it through the nervous breakdown, because I always had like that silver lining of knowing that you guys would be there whenever I was ready. And you were. And you still are. And I'm at a loss for words once again. I mean, is this the new me? Like, my nervous breakdown just made me like not be like, like not have anything to say? I don't know, but I'm here for it all day long. But not as much as I'm here for each and every one of you, because I love you all so much.